What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in my last video you saw that I was preparing for a snowstorm, but that storm ended up really not being much. It snowed all day, but it became just like a little slushy mess, and a lot of the roads stayed blacktop the whole time because it was warm a couple days before that. But we just sat around all day and really did nothing. At the end, the guys went out and scraped their routes and salted a little bit if they had to, but as you can see out here, there's no snow. So this is less than 24 hours later, and that's all we have left. So it was really more of an annoyance than anything yesterday. But as you can see, I have a truck here that has salt in it that I'm gonna leave this one here because Saturday, today is Thursday, Saturday they're calling for another storm, so we'll see what happens with that. But this plow frame is the one that I showed you in the last video, that we got everything all welded on here. So we took the bolts off. There's 2 bolts on each of these, 4 bolts on these, and then these swing up and get bolted to it. So as you can see here, it comes off this truck pretty easy. So you got 4 bolts there, you have 2 bolts here, and it is completely off. So this is getting sent up to the guy that sandblasted and painted the frame on that truck and our other truck that we had him do. It is the red one. You can go look on my channel. That video is, or that truck is in a video I posted a few weeks ago. But I also have some salt bags in here, in a bucket of salt that the guys were using to do sidewalks. So I got to throw them back on our pile of salt bags. And over here I have Rodrigo's truck, so this has salt in it. I'm gonna have to open up our salt bin here and let this dump out, because I don't know how, I can't see how much is in there, but obviously you don't want to leave salt in your trucks for too long. And if you leave it outside and it gets wet and it gets cold, it'll freeze, and then you're gonna have to break it all up. And I've done that before, and it's actually in the past video, so not fun. But let me start with getting these empty, or not empty, but back onto the pile here, and then I'm gonna move to Rodrigo's truck. And then after that I have to head upstate because there is a salt delivery at our other yard that I need to hop in the loader and push up. But let me get to this, and then I will catch back up with you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I got the bags of salt on the pile. I got that bucket right there in case the guys need it. But I have Rodrigo's key here, and back here, I don't think I've ever showed you guys this, we have like a little secret hallway through one of our storage rooms. So this one is the construction storage room, and the other roll-up door we just walked past is our like mechanical room. We have all our tools and stuff in there. So if you come through here, there's a little door that leads right into our salt bin. So I have to pull this loader out of the way and then back Rodrigo's truck into here. I'm gonna dump it, I'm gonna come as far back as I can and let it spread all the way back here. That way it's easier to clean up. But as you can see, our salt bin is very low right now. So I'll climb up this a little bit, but we're pretty much to the back. So I am all the way up in the top now, and this is a good angle to show how big our salt bin really is. Let me get in the corner here. But as you can see, there's not much salt left. So we are getting 1 triaxle load tomorrow, and we're gonna have that in here. So that won't put too much in here, but we have a storm coming on Saturday, so we definitely want to get a little more just in case. But the reason we're keeping it so low is over the summer we were gonna pull all the salt that is in here out and redo the walls, because over time the salt eats away at it and stuff, and we just don't want any issues with the block that is on the outside. As you can tell, there are dummy walls here made out of plywood to protect all the salt. But I think I'm gonna leave the camera up here and move this stuff and do it from this angle. So let's get to it. So I am gonna wait until all that salt runs out. While that's doing that, I'm gonna go move my truck, and then I'm gonna rinse off this spreader right on the chain there, because if that stays, and also back here, I'm gonna make sure that all these bearings and the chain are not gonna freeze up, because if that stays there and it gets really cold or wet, it'll become a rock, and then your chain won't want to spin. So I'm gonna go move some things and let this run out, and then I will catch back up with you guys in a little bit. Let's see where I can put this. That should be good, I think. That's a bad angle, I'm sorry, but I think we're good. All right, so that's all we had to do here. I just wanted to get that pile up there pushed up a little bit. So I will leave that there. Let me grab this pole. This goes back up here. Now I can shut this door. We got to turn the power off in here. All of our machines have battery disconnects. Most of our trucks do. That way you don't ever come to use one and you have a dead battery. But that should be locked, right? Yep. All right, time to get Rodrigo's truck rinsed out, and then we gotta head upstate. Alright, so everything on this truck is rinsed off. I did a little bit more than I really had to, but I had the hose out there, so I figured why not. Now I just need to pull this hose back in here, get this truck parked, and then I am heading upstate, so I will catch back up with you guys when I'm there. Alright guys, so I am up here at our other yard. I'm gonna let that loader warm up for a couple minutes. But over here, we have a pond. Come on. Open that. I don't know why this is flooding here. It is supposed to drain out over here, but it must be clogged. So let's climb over here and see what's going on. I think this pallet might be, let's see. You see right here? Now look at that. So this should drain out of here pretty soon. It goes down into a little creek here. But as you can see over here, we got a couple loads of salt delivered. So this bin was pretty empty as well. Oh, it looks like we got a lot delivered here. One, maybe two, three, four. Possibly 4 loads delivered. I had no idea about that. So I was told it was just 1 load, but no big deal. I have a machine here, so hopefully this machine doesn't give me issues. If you've been following along with my videos, then you know what I'm talking about. But it is warming up right now. If it gives me issues, you'll probably hear me talk about it in this video. But I am gonna let it warm up and then get all these pushed up. So I will throw this on a time lapse real quick and catch up with you guys when I'm done. All right, guys, so I don't know if you could tell on the time lapse or not, but this machine is still giving us an issue. Obviously, that's no surprise. If you've been following along with my channel, then you probably know. If you are new here, then I will explain it real quick. But basically what's happening is, as soon as the bucket is hitting the pile, or the tires are hitting the pile, and there's a little bit of pressure, it stops the machine from being able to go anywhere. It's almost like it is throwing it in neutral, and you're just sitting there revving up the motor. So I'm not really sure what is up with it. Somebody might eventually leave a comment that might hit it on the nose, but we have to get our mechanic here to look at it and see what it is. There have been a few possible options, but really not sure. So anyway, I got all the salt at least inside the bin here. So that is the beginning of the bin, and over there is the beginning. So if it rains, only a little bit will get wet, and that is no big deal. So I'm gonna hop in here real quick and show you guys what I mean. If you're new here, that way you understand it a little bit better. But let's turn this machine on. So we're in first gear. We'll put our parking brake down, put it into gear. So we go into the pile, and we have no power at all. Look, I'm revving it up. Even if I watch, I'll lift this and I'll hit my tires on the salt. Look, I'm flooring it. You can hear it probably. And we're going nowhere. If I curl the bucket down, it should pull me up this pile. Yep. So now I can at least get rid of that salt that's in the bucket back there. And here, I'll keep it in drive and try and go forward. Look, we can't climb anything. So real quick, let's see where we're at. Oh, parking brake is not the best. We're rolling a little bit. So let's go back down anyway. You guys get the gist of it. We were barely into the pile and we couldn't go anywhere. So unfortunately, that is gonna be what we are. Unfortunately, that is where we're gonna have to leave the salt. So normally I would like to pile it up as far back as possible. That way, if we get more, then we can just keep filling this, because we can fit a lot of salt in here. I think it's like 400 ton or something. Not exactly positive, but this is like very flat here, where we could have, realistically, all this salt should be from here back in a big pile all the way across. So there's no reason it should be out this far. This machine should be able to climb up piles of salt like this, no issue. But it is what it is. So for some reason this still isn't draining. Let me try and dig out. Oh, it's draining a little bit. Slow and steady, I guess. So that's fine with me. But I'm gonna get this machine parked, and that is pretty much it for today. Tomorrow I have a fairly hectic day. I might record that. I have to meet the granite guys at one of our jobs. They are making a template for a countertop that we are doing. So I have to meet them in the morning, and then we're getting a salt delivery down at our other shop. So if that is not there by the time I get down, then I will have to push it up. But Rodrigo is going to be there in the morning, and if they come early, he'll take care of it. If not, I will take care of it when I get down there. And then after that, I just have to go through and make sure that all of our machines don't have salt on the chains and the bearings like I did with Rodrigo's today. So Saturday, if we have to use them, we don't have any issues. But I'm gonna get this machine parked, and that is a wrap. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.